Hey, it's Shantae with Brown Sugar Talks under Black Unicorns. So today I'm going over just some theories just because I became like really interested now in like the PTSD and anxiety in the black community and how really we could use that as part of us getting reparations. And not to say that we're using it, it's just like it is what it is. It's there. It's prevalent. Um it could also be used for baby boomers too. I mean, seriously, like you gotta think about the physical and mental abuse that was actually thrusted upon them as well, like after the war, whatever. So it's like so many arguments that we could have as far as like receiving reparations for the mental stability and the mental state of those communities. Um. Anyway, so I also thought about what about the therapy for people who seem to have like different concepts or whatever. So cognitive behavior therapy can help as well. Like cognitive behavior therapy can help with thinking about why am I racist? Why would that be sexist? How is this misogynistic? Why am I a narcissist? Like why do I have these reactions to these type of people? Like what is it that I'm going through? Um, it really is. These are real psychological issues. And at first, when you are in these situations, it really is uncomfortable. I know a lot of people might hate it when they say you have to get uncomfortable. And that's what they mean. It's like because you have actually done something wrong or against somebody, you just like, oh God, I gotta get uncomfortable about it. And you do. That's why I'm honest about when I'm wrong too, because I got a light. I forgot. Let me see how that looks. Anyway, yeah. So, I thought about that too. It's like that's why I talk about when I'm wrong too, because it really does make you uncomfortable. It makes you rethink like it makes you rethink about what your ideas of the world are. Even like, oh my God, the worst is trans people. Like I hate that. Like it is like completely idiotic. It's idiotic. And like I said, they are the most upfront people about who they are and what they want and how they gonna give it. And so it's like we take these people and it's like, okay, let's abuse them. And it's like it's not a point of abusing them, because what's the point? They upfront about who they are. Whether they tell you or not, it's upfront. Like I don't feel comfortable. This is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm changing. Okay, so one thing that I found was Adlerian therapy. It's by Alfred Adler, and it's a psychodynamic therapy. It is goal-oriented therapy. It's a short-term therapy. It's like 10 to 14 sessions. This Adlerian approach helps the clients to identify and change their mistaken beliefs about self, others, and life, and thus to participate more fully in a social world. And so that's what it is. It's basically, I feel like it's basically like almost like training. I wish this was gray. It's blonde. It's like, oh my God, I don't even have gray hair. I used to have gray hair when I was younger, and now I don't get gray hair anymore. Like I used to actually get them up here, but now that's like blonde. Anyway, so yeah, it's just like ways for you to just like find ways to help yourself cope with what's going on. And sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's quick, and sometimes it's not. It's just like every time you see this type of person, you could get uncomfortable, and it's okay. I mean, seriously, it is until you start to identify that you have an issue with what's going on. You could have issues with, like I said, gay people. If every time you saw a gay person, you get some type of way, whatever. Things like that. And it's not, I'm not saying like find triggers and things for yourself or whatever, but I'm saying find understanding for yourself. The reason why the gay community became such a big thing for me is when I used to work at a school. I think it was Hodgin Elementary. It was in St. Louis. It was my first job being a community, being a music teacher or whatever. And I worked with children from the projects. I didn't have any issues with the children from the projects. the issues that, like, I guess I didn't have any discrimination issues there at all, but I guess what I'm saying is like, a lot of people probably would have, you know, like they probably would have found a lot, because it was, I mean, they was something else, honey, but they were good at what they did. They were awesome kids. So at the end of the day, it's just I don't know. I think as a community, we need to start trying to figure out what those issues are and what they could be and all this different stuff. Okay, so now let me get to a story, because there was no story at all in that. When there was no story, let me get to a story. I was in a graduate class, and I was in there with two sisters that were lighter than me. And a lot of people don't know this, but even if it's cold, because of this thing in the Midwest, is called SAD, SAAD, and it's like actually seasonal depression. So it's seasonal depression because in a lot of months, like for 3 months here, the sun will not shine. Like some days, I mean, it'll be like, really, you can count like 5 days seriously how many times the sun will shine. A lot of people don't know that they depressed due to that issue. Like, it is a serious issue where people actually have crazy thoughts and all this different stuff. And I used to actually blame it on people's belief systems, and it has nothing to do with that, because even with me growing up like this, I did not have the same belief system, so I cannot blame it on. It's like those two do not correlate at all. But it's easy to do. It's easy to blame that on the belief system. So these two people don't know. I will go to the tanning salon. I don't care. Like, I like to be this color. Like, I love it. I don't know. I love this skin color, and this is like without makeup. So anyway, we in a classroom, and these girls say, well, you wouldn't be part of our family or whatever. I didn't even ask them why, because I really didn't care. I just did not care. And she was like, yeah, because we live in Sugar Land, Texas, and my husband is white and all this different stuff, and we got a big house. And it's like, first off, I don't know what Sugar Land is. I don't know why you would think that I want to, it's like always somebody would hit you with those things that they have and what they have. And they don't know you. They don't know your goals. They don't know your outcomes of life or anything, right? So one of them says, yeah, because I'm the dark one. And she's actually pretty light. Like, she looks like she's mixed. And her sister looks like she's not so mixed, but she's mixed. They both look mixed, but one of them looks like mixed with a tan. Okay? Really light skin. So then the older sister, the light skinned one with the white husband, she says to me, well, you couldn't be part of our family because my grandmother would tell my cousin not to marry you. And the reason why is because you're not lighter than a paper bag. I just let them talk the whole time. And the reason why is because their belief system is actually messed up. So why would you think that I would search or try to find a way to enter your family when you guys have an indubious belief system, almost as if it was like a mental health issue? And so people really start to, that's something where you like, okay, wait a minute, we need to go over your new belief system and why you feel this way. And the reason why is because that was passed down from one generation to the next. And so also I had an aunt, she would be like, well, her kids are light skinned and she's dark, and she actually feels like her kids are close to being white. I mean, I'm serious. And it's almost like, but you, ma'am, are gorgeous. Like, your skin color is gorgeous too. Your skin color is almost like gold. It's an actual commodity. It's like, it is like the gorgeous, not to say like, I mean, I just think the darker the skin, it's like, it's so gorgeous to me, because again, this is like the darkest I get. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, it's like, me and my son feel that way. It's like, we just like, and my friends and we would go to the tanning beds and get darker, even in the wintertime. It's like, we just like that. So it's like, that's the whole thing about self-love. It's where you start to appreciate who you are and stop believing the beliefs of other people. And so that's the thing that the cognitive behavior therapy works with, but also the Adlerian therapy. And again, it's just like short sessions, because you don't really need a whole lot of time to like start to realize who you are and what you love about yourself. And a lot of times it's easy, because just because somebody tells you no, like somebody's like, no, 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 you know, it's like, but bitch, yes, 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 you know. So I mean, it's just because sometimes we take those feelings and we dig them down deep. Just like when I said I read the autobiography of Jamaica Kincaid's mother. Okay, so it's like her mother. So anyway, I thought it was Jamaica Kincaid, but anyway, her mother, the autobiography of my mother by Jamaica Kincaid, and she loved the smell of her own vagina, and I was like, whoa. You know, and it was like, you know, at first, because you like it too, you be like, oh my God, she nasty, you know, and it's like, she really not. You know, it's the smell of you, it's yourself. And you clean and you fresh and you know what I'm saying? And it's like your sweat and all these different things, all these different essences, and it's actually just like an aphrodisiac for yourself or for somebody else, you know. So you would like actually look at those things and think, oh my God, I'm gross. And, you know, like, what's wrong with me? And it's like, really, no, you've already loved yourself. Now you have to change the belief of what it was that made you feel that way. So, I like this Adlerian therapy. I've never done it. I just read about it. But I thought, man, this could really help with misogyny and sexism and all these different things. So, view of human person. Humans are motivated primarily by social relatedness rather than sexual urges. Behavior is purposeful and goal directed. So again, it's like if somebody can relate to you, you know, that was like my first time ever hearing or reading something like that. Like when I read that by Jamaica Kincaid, you know, oh my God, another book. I think it's not Tempest Rising, but I think it's by the same author. But she wrote this book and it was like a woman named Noon, and Noon, I think it was Noon. Anyway, that's wrong. I don't think that's right. I think I'm mixing up books. But let me tell you about this character. So this character, she was an older woman. She died, and her 3 daughters were at her funeral, and she would be talking from the grave, right? And the story that she told was how her husband was actually jealous of her. Her husband was jealous of her because she liked to be naked. Like she one day went into the garden and she was naked, and he felt jealous. Like actually, I think it was after they had sex. So at first she was a virgin. She was so innocent and pure, you know. And then he had sex with her, and she just like became herself. She just got comfortable with him, and he thought that was just too much too soon. And from that day on, he hated her. Hated her because she was like this woman of essence. And if you ever had a man be jealous of you or actually admit they're jealous of you, that's some real shit. You be like, what the fuck, nigga? You know, we not even the same sex. You know, when you get paid, we won't even be in the same tax bracket. Like, you know, we could be doing the same damn job, nigga, and you still gonna get more money than me. Like, it is like crazy. Like, just to hear a man say, I'm jealous. Like, you have nothing to be jealous of. You know, like, nigga, do you bleed every month? You know, like, how many carpets have you stained? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how many times have you leaked over the floor? You know, it is just like so many things. Like, you just like, what the fuck? Do you have titties, nigga? Like, you know, like, these shits is heavy. It is like so many things. Like, you just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, bitch, are you serious? Like, you serious right now? But yes, he was jealous of her, and I believed it because I had a man tell me that before. So much so he wanted to get me pregnant before I went to school. He wanted to actually stop. He wanted to stop my goals in order for me not to like he wanted to like put something in front of my goals, you know. And so you have to be careful, girls. Be careful because they will be. Men will be jealous of you. They will be. They'll try to say you too independent or you too this or you too that. And it's not that. It's just that they jealous. They've never seen anything like you. They've never seen anything in real life like you. They've seen it, but they haven't been close to it. And once they get close to it, it's like, how do I capture it? How do I take charge? Oh, crikey. She's a woman with goals and ambition. Let's stop her. You know, so don't do that. Don't fall for it, okay? Inferiority feeling is a normal condition of all people and source of all human striving. I don't think... See, sometimes that's why I be like, that's why I have to change something. Inferiority feeling, it's not. It's not. It's only when you at a low point in your life, like when you have issues, like when you go through trauma, when you go through whatever, that's when you kind of feel like you could like always be kind of little off key. I don't think you feel inferior. I really don't. I think you could feel like I think you can have imposter syndrome, but you don't feel inferior. So I don't agree with that. I don't always agree with everything they say, because I'm like, nah, baby. No, baby. No. I think that's a concept of people who have actually taken over a whole lot of land and have displaced people. And so, yeah, that's not a thing for, I don't think it's really for minority people. I don't know if it's for women. I don't know how men feel, but as a woman, I have never felt inferior to anybody. So, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I think that's an assumption. I don't think that that's actually something people have actually been like, I admit this. You know, especially sometimes they do a lot of these studies and it's always a panel of white people. Like, when they were doing the ACE, and I was like listening to things about the ACE studies or whatever, and it was like, well, these people were predominantly white. Actually, they were mostly white. No people of color were involved. So the ACE study that talks about trauma and all the different types of issues that make sure like that people create, where people say, well, this will create create continued trauma, is actually from white people. It's not actually, the studies are not actually from black people. Even though we live in poverty, even though we may have abuse in our homes, we have all these different situations, but the outcome does not always have to be something negative. The outcome actually becomes positive because black people actually view that as like a more positive thing. So I don't think it's an inferiority or whatever. I really don't. I think you may have an imposter syndrome, which again is a syndrome. It's not really that you are an imposter. I think that's just another form of anxiety too, because once you realize that, wait a minute, I can do all these things. These people are just telling me that I can't. You know what I'm saying? Or these people are just treating me as if I can't. So then that's when you start to maybe feel like, well, maybe I'm faking it. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I don't know the information. Maybe, and it's like the whole time you really do. That's why you're questioning yourself. So the importance of it all is questioning yourself. Guys, oh my God, I hope my content don't come out. Okay, anyway, so I don't agree with that part. Okay, the goal, humans strive towards superiority and greater competence, not only for self, but also for the common good of others. The goal of success pulls people forward toward mastery and enables them to overcome obstacles. So yeah, that's true. Core beliefs and assumptions are the guide that make a person's life move and be organized. So yeah, that's like what you want to do. 3 universal life tasks: social task, love, marriage task, and occupational task. And also, this also goes with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like where it's like sex, food, and whatever, and shelter. Then in the middle is like what you want to kind of accomplish, like how you live, all this different stuff. And then the top is like when you want to reach your main goal, or what you want to become, or ultimately what you or who you want to be. So that kind of goes in there with that. Relationship between client and counselor must be in a collaborative relationship that is based on cooperation, mutual trust, respect, confidence, collaboration, and alignment of goals. And that makes a big difference. So that's why I thought that somebody, whoever this person was, that felt like they were supposed to be following me, they must have been conservative. They must have been conservative, and real conservative, because you ain't changing me, love. It's just like, it was just like a force. Like, let me force you. You're going to use these rules from the classroom in your life, So it's like, why would that happen? Why would that be the case? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it has to be a duality. If it's not a duality, it's not going to work. So in that case, again, somebody needs to change their core beliefs about what's really going on. Therapeutic procedures. So they first establish a relationship, assessing the individual's psychological dynamics, encourage self-understanding and insight, and reorientation and re-education. And like I said, some of this stuff, if the person is willing, can really be done in like a short amount of time. It's not even a situation where it has to be done in it's like a long time. Like it said, 10 to 14 sessions, and that's true. If you're really open to like making it a change in your belief system and like really questioning like how am I this way, then I think it's totally worth it. I don't think it's gonna work for everybody because everybody's not gonna be open to it. I also found this thing where it's cognitive behavior with children, and I guess I want to bring this up too because of my child. So, 8 cognitive behavioral therapy activities for kids. So you can make a do-it-yourself stress ball. You can usually do that with a balloon, and you just like use a funnel. Um, it's also this stuff called Oobleck. I think it's like cornstarch and tonic water or whatever, and you just like mix it up. It is so fun. Like when you touch it, it's like it goes goopy in your hands, and then you hold it. It's like a solid, so it goes from a liquid to a solid. Oh my god, I love this stuff. It feels so. You see how I'm relaxing? It feels so good. It feels so good. I would say even put in some essential oils, like some good ones. Like sometimes the best ones, like cotton candy and bubble gum, they always on sale for like online somewhere for half off, and so it'll end up being like $1.50 or $2.50 for it. The worst part about it is the shipping. But yeah, I'm saying get some of that stuff. Like make some oobleck. Oh my god, it is like it's Oobleck. It is so fun to play with, and it's so simple to make. I love it. I have to say, it is like oh my god, it is like one of the best feelings in the world. And when it's cold, I don't know if anybody out there has migraine headaches or whatever. I always used to want something really cold. It just feels so good. And then it gets warm. It's so nice. Oobleck. Oobleck is so worth it. And it's just 2 simple ingredients: tonic water and cornstarch. And I would say put for real, put something that smells good in there, especially if you're gonna play with it for a little while. You could also put it inside a balloon and make a stress ball. Okay. Create a feelings thermometer. So it's basically like a visual thing. And it's like a self-regulation of emotions. Some guy was showing us something on the internet, like where he gave his girlfriend one. So, say for instance, this is a feelings thermometer. So green means I feel good, and then somebody comes in and you don't want to talk, and then white means it's not time to talk. Like, get the hell away from me. I am so mad at you. It's respect. First off, it's teaching your child mutual respect, and I think parents should also use it too. If you go put that in place, then you use it too, so the child knows when to stop. Okay? It teaches a stop. It's very important for you to do that. It's very important too for you all to teach that men and women have that people need space, like bubbles. That's something that's important too, because sometimes kids get too close, and then boys, they have this issue of getting too close and then taking. So you might have your pencil in your hand, and a boy take it out your hand. And it's just because of their dominance. Like, it's like they have to dominate. They don't know, they don't have the words to say. Instead of them saying, can I use that? Or, they have to be able to take that pause. So you have to teach that sometimes in ways where they can't just take it. My son would take the game and be like, no, I'll do it. He never teaches me sometimes, because it's like he just wants to do it. And so then I have to be, my feelings are hurt, So you have to bring in the drama, and you got to make it last. You got to make it stick. You got to make them know, this is how I feel when you do that. And then make sure you check and make sure that they have some feelings about it. And girls too. If a girl is doing that, do the same thing. Because they both, even though it's like more likely the boys will do it and less likely girls will do it, because girls already check their feelings, sometimes you still want to be sure that a girl is not trying to dominate. So again, you just want to go over those steps with them, as far as sharing and different things like that. But that's basically what it is. It's like you can get a teddy bear, something that flips inside out, but it's just a feelings thermometer. And you can get something else. You can even make it a thermometer and move clips up and down and whatever with different colors. And that'll be fun too, because then you guys can talk about, if you at home school, you can talk about art and emotions and how these emotions are conveyed through art. How yellow could mean cowardly, how green can mean sick, that's why it's in the hospital. How you could talk about all these different things and then create a thermometer based on that. So if I'm not feeling good today, can I put green because it's an icky feeling? Or if I feel angry today, do I always have to use red? Because in Chinese culture, red is considered to be lucky. It's not considered to be this. So it's just a way for you to start incorporating more education and wisdom into your home. That's all. That's how I see it. Okay. Make calm down jars. With these, it's like you can put a whole lot of stuff in there. I mean, I'm talking about everything, like what's that stuff, like sequins and beads and glitter and glue and all this different stuff in water, and then they shake it up and then they just watch it settle down. Then they shake it up and watch it settle down. And so it's better than just like giving a timeout, because like giving a timeout is like get over there and sit down, which really kids do need discipline, but at the same time we want to teach them how to handle those problems. And you too, sometimes you need to, they didn't clean up the house, oh my god, I don't want to do this with you right now, I'm going to sit down in the corner and take me a timeout. And you sit over there with your timeout jar and you shake it, you shake it and like watch it settle, and then you you take your breaths and stuff. And so you teach your kid, like, this is how I calm down. So now I want you to calm down like that too. Especially too if you have PTSD or anxiety. Because then I find my son doing the things I do. Like, he'd be like, can I snap? And so that's why he can cuss. I'm sorry for people who feel like, oh my God, she lets him cuss. I sure do. I sure in the fuck do. Because I cuss a lot. And so he's like, wait a minute, I saw her cuss. I can't be like, okay, well, no, don't follow my example. I've been cussing since I was 6, with my best friend, Javon Bonner. So all I'm saying is like, he gonna do it anyway. So yeah, it's like he'll be like, motherfucker, fuck, fuck, blah, blah. That's his calm down, Joe. That's how we gonna do it over here, because that's part of my culture. You see? So it's like, I'm not about to listen to you and your problems with it or whatever. That's between us. It has nothing to do with the world. And I don't care who the fuck cares them. If they heard them cussing, I'm gonna cuss them out too. I'm about to cuss you the fuck out because it ain't none of your fucking business, But we go through a lot, and we've been through a lot. So we fuck y'all. We not fucking worried about you judging us. But that's the thing. It's like that's just how we are. We not cussing each other out. We not trying to be in bad taste, especially we Virgos. Poor taste. Huh. No, darling. Never. Never. Especially at dinner. Hell no. Work out, yes, but nothing in poor taste. So that's just how we do it, So yeah, you have to teach them those things. And yeah, he's like, I just want to snap today. He's like, fuck motherfucker, like, whoa, you woke up in this mood? Okay, So, and I give him those chances because I had to go through it too. Like, I really do. And really, mine is real. His is probably like, I'm going to do what she say. Like, I'm going to do what she did, whatever. So, it's okay. Teach mindful breathing. You always want to teach that, like, breathe in the nose, breathe out the mouth. It's also yoga cards. Man, I used to want to get yoga cards so bad. I couldn't afford them for real. Like, I as a teacher, like, I would have to go to all these different places. It was like $14.99 for yoga cards. I could not afford them. I finally found them for like $10 at like half price books or something like that. It's like, yes, I got yoga cards. And then I ended up leaving them somewhere. I love yoga cards. So yoga cards have like pretzels. It has like the F's breathing. It has like all these different types of things. It has like your different types of breath. So with kids, like, that is, I love the yoga cards. And I think you can get them used or whatever now for like $1, seriously. But when I was teaching, I really wanted them. I used to have to like, I was scraping. I scraped to get them. I probably didn't have food. I chose yoga cards over food. But yeah, it was, yeah, see, like it says, the hissing breath is like, and all that's on the yoga cards. It's like so fucking cool. I love them. It's good for adults too. Like, you learn tree pose, you learn like all these different things, challenge negative thinking. This is cognitive this is cognitive behavior therapy. So this is part of cognitive behavior therapy. So with me, I did whoop them. I did not know another way, because I was abused by a negative person, and it was just like, I whooped him. And that is not an excuse. I will beat his ass. I'm sorry to say. That is a fucking spanking. It's a chancleta. It's something. If y'all want to call somebody, come check them. But either way, and that was in Texas, so it's legal. Anyway, But yes, I will whip him, but don't do that, please don't. Like, to challenge the negative thinking, I have, like, when we argue, I try to stay positive. I hit him with positive shit. He'll be like, fuck this house, fuck all these people, you know, fuck. It's just like, but you are so great, you know, like, you are the fucking best. I cuss too. You got to be the baddest motherfucker in this bitch, you know. Like, I just have to give him like a big, like, just a big speech. I have to let him know you are loved, especially with everything going on in this world and all this shit on black men and all this stuff. And he growing up to be one. I don't care how I tell him. I let him know in the middle of the argument. I'm so humble. It is unbelievable how humble I am. If I have to get on my knees and tell him, I'm gonna tell. I don't care. But that's what happens. It's like, get him out of negativity, because it's enough negativity that's gonna be thrown at him. So anytime he hit me, oh, they gonna do, no, they not. Don't you even think like that. That's not time for you to think like that. Like, it's like the negative thinking, I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with it. I do not fuck with it. But yeah, if we get somewhere and he too negative, like consistently for 5-6 days, I'm finna beat his ass. I'm beating his ass. If y'all got any questions, I don't care. I know I'm talking to you about therapy. Do not do that to your child. Do not. But yes, y'all see the fly? As long as it's not a roach. Thank you, God. Okay, don't go bananas. If you're looking for cognitive behavior therapy activities, oh God, I know this. I think it's, is it like a word game? Let me see. Behavior therapy activity. They do a lot of stuff and can be used for therapy and at home to help you support. Don't go bananas. I'm finna look it up. I thought this was a game. Like, anyway, or is it go bananas? So anyway, they talking about like doing like helping them with like jealousy and stuff like that, and we just talk about it. Like, for real, we just talk about it. And we talk about the realness of it, and we give examples, and we talk about how we felt and what it was and all this different stuff. And I put him in situations, you know. So I think our biggest joke is like, your other mama on the other side of town. He don't have a other mama. He does not. But I'd be like, your other mama, you been having your other mama cook for you. He fool. You gonna have your other mama cook for you? She been doing all that, you know. So that's how I tackle like some things. Like, I make up other scenarios, just so I can give him those things, and I don't make them too negative. I just put him in different situations. Like, basically, I become like a Jerry Springer show, you know, and my son, y'all pray for him. I think I'm crazy. I do. I think I'm nuts. Completely. He has to deal with me on a regular basis. He the MVP. Regular basis, this man. Okay, Mad Dragon. This is if your child suffers with anger. He did when he was younger. He did a lot of it. And so he learned a lot of coping mechanisms from his teachers and stuff. So I know he had turtle time from one teacher. The best one that worked was like where he would get this teddy bear and it just made him feel safe. And that was good too. And last one is read together. I say snuggle up. Ain't nothing like a good snuggle. Snuggle, 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 snuggle. Snuggle, 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 snuggle. I wish y'all could see me in this light. Watch this fucking video. It's gonna flip the fuck around when I load it, but who cares? So yeah, these are good cognitive behaviors for children. Don't forget things like art, music, dance, and all those different things, because they do work and it helps them heal. If you teaching a technique to them, like taking the time out, and I wouldn't even give time outs anymore. I say discuss. And even with that, giving them like using any of these things to create things, make sure you do it too. You know, come in and be upset. Oh, I couldn't stand that lady at the grocery store. She just, I can't take it no more. I need a timeout. And you go to the timeout corner and you shake it. Let it settle down. You know, it doesn't have to always involve them. It could be like you just come home from work and say, well, I had a bad day. And then you just pick up the Oobleck ball and do it. most teachers, they put all these things in a basket and they put them in the corner, and it helps them. Like, it helps the kids. Like, they get a chance to, like, go over and play. So you, like, get them 5 minutes, 3, 4 minutes, whatever. You don't even have to give them minutes. I wouldn't even say be that controlling. I would say go to the activity corner. You know, don't make it like a timeout corner, because in life, we don't get a timeout. And that's what I used to tell my kids too. Like, sometimes we get too hard on the people. You know, like, we too hard on each other, because when you leave school, that's not what's gonna happen. You know, you do some shit like cuss somebody out, you're gonna leave me in your fucking car. You don't have to have a timeout. You're gonna have to have a de-stressor, but not a timeout. You see what I'm saying? So that's more, let's get you over here into this activity corner. You know, because you got upset or whatever, or because you didn't clean your room, whatever. You got to think about that. And usually if you give them a few minutes to do it, they usually will be like, I'm sorry, I apologize, Mom, and, you know, or Dad, and I, you know, whatever. So I say, yeah, just talk to him about it. Just talk. Just talk. That's it for today. It's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicorns. Telling you, do not beat your child ass for being negative. I'm serious. I am wrong. I know it. I know it. But he said he's 10 years old. He don't need no more butt whippers. I said, okay, that's good with me. I don't fight. I mean, I don't actually whoop him. I just like kind of wrestle him. But still, that's the whole. I'm beating his butt like I'm his sister. Like I'm his big ass sister. That's how we finna go. So yeah, no negativity. It's just like, it's not happening for me, because I don't want him to have those confused stereotypes about life or anything like that. I know I'm still going. Anyway, Shantae, Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicorns. You guys have a great day. Mwah. Stay love. Curvaceous Boutique. Curvaceous Boutique. If you got that booty, go to the Curvaceous Boutique. Norfolk, Virginia, she doing all that stuff online. Curvaceous Boutique. The woman is, I'm telling you.